500 here with Penn State.
The reigning heavyweight national champion and Big Ten champion, the 4-time All-American from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota, Greg Kerkvliet. He has won 29 straight. And Max Vanadia, a redshirt freshman out of Brecksville, Ohio, toes the opposite line for Sparty and Michigan State. Of course, when you think about heavyweight, Greg Kerkvliet, one of the best in the last decade, but Gable Steveson is back. This is a phenomenal weight class.
It's just packed weight class here. You've got two returning national champions and, of course, a returning Olympic champion in this weight. And Kerkvliet jumps out front with 15 seconds here, snapping down, comes around one more time. It's already 6-1.
20 seconds in, Kerkvliet with a pair of takedowns. Beat Lucas Davison of Michigan 13-4 in that national final in Kansas City.
Yeah, this is really tough duty for a lot of these Michigan State Spartans here. Going against the best guys in the country. Kerkvliet obviously getting a couple of takedowns underneath his belt here. Really good with the cradle, and this is going to be trouble for Vanadia.
Greg Kerkvliet gets the slap of the Resolites. Now 10-0, his fifth first period fall of the season. Out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. And Braden Staffenberg, a redshirt sophomore from Yorkville, Illinois. Aurora Christian for Michigan State. And Tyler Kasak, of course, Jim, that unbelievable run. He was third at the Big Tens, and then he lost his first match at the NCAAs and won 7 straight to take third. Incredible.
You're done. You're done.
Yes. Coached some guys that made some really nice runs like that in the national tournament, you know, and sometimes it's just like a situation or a takedown or just something spark ignites, and all of a sudden you've got a whole different wrestler than wrestled in the first round. And it's really fun to be a part of here, but
takedown.
Take a look at with that confidence that Kasak has now, moving up to 157. I don't know if you remember, but we did his first match
against Lehigh
Rec Hall last year, and I never forget the look that Cale had on his face. Like, you know, it was so strange because you had a Penn State wrestler basically just trying to hold a lead and let go of several scoring opportunities, and the look kind of said it all. It wasn't a look of disgust or anything like that. It was look like, hey man, you can be so much better, you know, and he obviously became that guy.
He was 24-5 last season, the 7th seed at the national tournaments. Lost to Jaden Abbas, who's an All-American, really good wrestler in his own right from Stanford. That was 4-2. Then he won the 7 straight. Beat Jackson Arrington, majored Ridge Lovitz, beat Ty Waters.
Action.
And I love those guys, Jim. I mean, and you've done it. You experienced it. You find out what you're made of on that backside in those consolation matches to take third. That is grit, guts, and heart.
Yeah, that's why everybody should go to the, has tickets, go to that Saturday afternoon round at the NCAA tournament. You know, a lot of guys aren't able to finish their careers out, but, you know, the wrestling that happens right there, the total exhaustion that some of those guys give. Some guys have gone all the way and back through Thursday's consolation rounds and make it all the way to Saturday and become All-Americans. And, you know, it's a great round, but you're right, it's about being gritty.
Measured up that last takedown nicely.
And usually, Shane, that's where the NCAA championship team title is won, right? In those rounds right there. And so you've got to have guys that are ready and in condition for that third day of the tournament. You can make so much ground up here where the other guys, you know, first of all, having a healthy team, but certainly a team that's in shape that can wrestle that third day, because the tournament is so unique that, you know, a lot of these guys will wrestle a Friday, Sunday match this weekend. There might go to a tournament where it's a Friday, Saturday match, but you don't have the 3 days that you have with the NCAAs, the traveling on Monday and Tuesday, and the hair standing up on the back of your neck for a couple days before you get there. It's just a different feel, and it's very difficult to prepare for.
Kasak with that wrist, riding time over a minute, 3 takedowns in this first period. Kasak was a 3-time place winner and a state champ at Bethlehem Catholic. 2022 U17 World Silver, won that in Rome. Up and down this Penn State lineup, a lot of world medalists at the different age levels.
You know, and that's
one neutral.
That's the one thing about this program. You say the world medals, the different age levels. Okay, this is a different sport. You know, I know the three-point takedown has made it a little bit closer, a lot less mat wrestling. You know, you can win some big matches here, that takedown, and it's just a big spread between, you know, a takedown now and getting an escape or reversal or whatever, so to answer it.
2,
but
3.
What Penn State is not been able to do is not just the recruiting but they're selecting now, okay, and that's a big difference between, you know, hey, come here with it, and they've got so much going for them right now that they are in selection mode.
And very deep.
Yeah.
Of course, but Alex Facundo, one of the guys at this weight class as well. 12-3 for Tyler Kasak. Friday Night Wrestling here on the Big Ten Network. Coach Mike Derone, he's the head coach at Lakeland College in Wisconsin. And one of the great wrestling minds I've ever met, did a phenomenal job with the Wisconsin Wrestling Federation years back. The stage is set. That looks like that's natural wood burning there, Jim.
Yeah.
And I love this, sitting back, taking in some wrestling.
Got your dog with you right now,
Absolutely.
don't you?
Phyllis made the trip. She'll be 5 next month.
Still green. Still green.
Kasak gets the reversal. I'll tell you who's tired tonight, Jim.
The guy running the scoreboard.
The scoreboard itself is exhausted. My guess is that scoreboard last night, Jim, was feeling the anxiety, knowing what it was in for tonight. Penn State to their offense quickly, inside of 15 seconds. Leg attacks, finishes, great transitions. It's been all bonus points for Michigan State. They'll return to the Resolite on Sunday, getting a confident Maryland team. The Terrapins went into Ann Arbor and knocked off the Wolverines earlier tonight.
Boy, they've got to feel good about themselves. You know, they've been a team that's had a difficult time scoring points in the Big Ten tournament. Been in that bottom tier.
Hey, look at this. An assassin here for Tyler Kasak. And Tyler Kasak gives Penn State its third fall. 6 more for the Nittany Lions. 32-0.
Take a look at the job he does right here. He comes right over the top, head and arm here, whips him back. Obviously, both shoulders are down. It's going to be a tough 157.
To another 174 pounds, Levi Haines, 2-time Big Ten champion, national champion last March down at 157. Jim, 8-1. He hasn't missed a beat up to 174.
Oh, he looks fantastic. You know, I think this is a good weight for him. You know, you sit there and take a look at Levi Haines last year. You know, it took him a while to get going at 157 pounds. You know, it just didn't quite look right. And then about the last half of the season, when he caught fire at that Iowa meet, where he did an excellent job in that match with Michael Franek from Iowa. Did a great job in that match. He really dominated it. Whoops. Little headbutt there.
My time.
Ceasar Garza, redshirt sophomore from Oakdale, California, state champion. Coming off his red shirts. He was a starter a couple of years ago as a true freshman. Was over 500. This season, 5th place at the Michigan State Open and the Black Knight Invites. 9-6 is the Spartan.
It's like he caught it right directly in the eye there.
More wrestling tomorrow here on the Big Ten Network. Looking forward to this top 10 matchup with Minnesota and Nebraska in Lincoln. Coverage begins at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. It's right here on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. I'm looking forward to that match tomorrow. Huge weekend of wrestling here on the Big Ten Network. I like that pregame with Rick Pizzo and Malik Amin.
Yeah, it was really nice. Malik's got a nice little stage presence there, doesn't he? Yep, with the man, Rick Pizzo. And I tell you what, our sport is better because Rick Pizzo's taken an interest in it.
Most talented broadcaster I've ever worked with is Rick Pizzo.
Great guy.
So good. Slide by attempt there from Haines. Rick's a great guy. Back in with another attack. Shin whizzer from Garza.
Three, take down.
What made that work, Jim?
Well, it's just everything that basically he does in that when he gets in the leg, he's just airtight with his finishes. He doesn't really, Haines doesn't hurry it. He doesn't get in a wild scramble or anything like that. When he gets on it, it's kind of got an anaconda type approach that he just never gives anybody any gaps to be able to go ahead and counter with it. So that's why I think he's so effective. You know, I was talking about this a little bit earlier here, but the back half of his season last year was just excellent. I mean, I think he could have one of the best wrestlers and most dominant wrestlers in the country.
Haines leading it 3-0 with 1:20 remaining in the first. As enters Sandman by Metallica.
Green.
Playing
green
inside
stalling.
a rec hall. There's a stall call on Garza. As riding time nearing 60 seconds for Haines. Haines, a perfect 23-0 a season ago, beat then Sun Devil, now Hawkeye Ja'Cory Teamer 5-0. He's won 2 Big Ten titles, both in sudden victory. 2 years ago against Peyton Robb in Ann Arbor, and then beat Will Luwan at Maryland last March.
Nice job with the claw there. Good job by Garza getting out the escape.
Bonus points for Penn State's 3 falls. Kerkvliet, Vanessa, and Kasak, all with pins for Penn State. As Haines looking to tack on 3 more inside of 30 seconds.
Look at that finish, okay? He anticipated that roll-through attempt there by Garza here, kept everything solid, and his ankles disappeared. He basically sprawled in that position and covered Garza so well. I mean, he knows how to finish as well as anybody in the country.
Has those wrists. You see Garza in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Head down, his elbows out, but a lot of pressure there from Haines on top. Couple of takedowns, 6-1 for Haines. Look at that.
Wow.
The first Friday Night Wrestling. Congratulations, Landon. Welcome to Friday Night Wrestling. I love it.
Wow.
Good stuff right there.
Dad's got some guns on him, doesn't he?
You know what that's called, Jim? That's called winning.
Yeah.
Sitting back with the newborn, raising them right. That's what that is.
Little one's got some good genetics.
1 neutral.
Quick escape from Haines. Jim, this Penn State team beat second-place Cornell at the national tournament last March by 100 points. 6 in the finals, 4 champs. And this team might be better.
Danger.
Yeah, that's hard to believe. You know, it's hard to even comprehend, and it's a lot of. I'm sure it's a lot of pressure that Cale Sanderson doesn't want to think about. You know, as far as are we better than
Easy.
It's getting to the point if if they're so far ahead of the competition, you start comparing yourself to previous Penn State teams. You know, you save that till you're 30 years from now. You know, so. When all the old guys get together.
Easy.
Kasak crashes the hips down on that shot from Garza, gets to go behind. And now he's looking bow and arrow, slides into half Nelson.
Trying to make a big step with that left foot, but now he gets the hips turned. There it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So watch you step back away. Now he's turning around and scoop up on the bottom. Now he's going to pinch that. So see how he pinched his bicep on there? He got rid of the bow and arrow. He kept the ankle, all right? Came across there, pinched that tricep basically against the man's chest. Great way of pinning a guy.
Another fall for the Nittany Lions. Levi Haines.